Dave, it's been a free week for you. I imagine that you've used that time to get some of the players who perhaps weren't 100% back up to 100%.
Well, we've worked hard again this week. Certainly the early part of the week. One or two have sort of been pushed on and getting closer to where we'd like them to be. But obviously, still one or two longer term injuries.
Just talk to us about Manny. I know that's a real disappointment for everybody who's here as well. And the manager told us on Tuesday it was long term. Do you have a rough idea of how serious it is and how long that's going to be?
Well, it's going to be. It's certainly going to be a slightly longer term. We're all disappointed for Manny. It's a shame for the lad. But he'll come back stronger and better. But yeah, we're just planning without him. Certainly for the next 4 to 6 weeks, definitely.
It's not a case of this being something that could rule him out for months, then.
No, hopefully not. No, we don't see it that way. No, it's a case of just taking it slowly with him and just letting probably time really. Time's probably the best healer, isn't it?
You've had to bring in cover in those places, particularly in midfield. I know you brought in Sean Brisley at the back as well. So, in bringing in those extra players, was the kind of a preparation just in case this type of thing happened, not just with Manny, but having a few other injuries around the place?
Well, I think you need a squad of players to get through any season, at any level. So we're no different to any other club, and the lads that have came in to bolster the squad have all made a contribution. So hopefully that'll continue.
Is it difficult to keep some of them happy as well when they're not in the side?
No. They come in, they train hard, they work hard, and they know that, because the squad isn't that big, and with the 2 or 3 injuries that we obviously have, that they're never far away from the team. So I think that helps their sort of levels of concentration and motivation, knowing that it only takes a suspension or God forbid an injury that gives them their opportunity.
Are you looking more closely at the injuries and what causes them and training and the physio work to see what can be addressed to try and stop them happening?
Yeah, no, obviously, you look at what you're doing in training, your warm-ups, your preparation, your cool-downs. We've had a close look at what we do as a staff, and I think we've just been unlucky in all honesty. Sometimes they all come at once, and that's what's happened. Yeah.
And when you do that, I suppose you talk to the physios, like you say, you talk to the rest of the staff to try and work out routines for individual players to try and manage them, given their particular problem.
Yeah, every morning the lads go into the gym and do their prehab, which is injury prevention stuff. So, we do as any other probably football club does, and we certainly just feel we've been a little bit unfortunate.
When you get a fully fit squad and everybody fit, from what you've seen on the training ground, from what John's seen, how good do you think this squad of players is at this level?
Well, I think we've shown that we can compete with anyone at this level. We're happy with the group, we're happy with the spirit amongst the group, so as long as we continue working hard and trying to improve, then we feel we can continue to have a reasonable good season, all being well.
And I think one thing that's borne that out is that, even though you've had the injuries and you might have had a few suspensions, you are still picking up points. You're unbeaten at home and you're drawing games away from home when maybe last year you would have lost them.
Well, I mean, we were only here for part of last year, so it's hard to comment. But, we're generally pleased with our performance level. Obviously, a little bit frustrated that we haven't maybe won a few more games. But, again, over a season, you'd like to think that if our level of performance stays the same, then maybe those draws can be turned into victories.
You're missing James Gibbons on Saturday through injury. I know Kieran Kennedy played at right back at Exeter. I don't expect to give us a team sheet, but there is a plan there, I take it, to replace James and what he gives to the team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's had a fantastic start to the season. He's been a real outlet for us down that right side. We're delighted with his performance level. Yeah, we obviously we're losing for Saturday, so we'll have to make other arrangements for that position.
And I suppose one of the things when you're a manager or a management team is you look at the relationship he's got with the winger or the centre back as well. Does that come into your mind when you're looking at who to replace him with?
Yeah, obviously, the longer the lads play together, they form, a better understanding and better combinations. But, we do a lot of work on that in terms of combining our wide players and full-backs and our midfielder. So, we've already sort of covered that area of work during this week.
Morecambe come here on a particularly bad run and that they're quite struggling and concede a lot of goals, but they've got a good record at Vale Park. I suppose it proves that you can't take anything for granted in this league.
No, tomorrow's going to be a really tough game. Jim Bentley always puts a competitive team out, and tomorrow will be no different, so we need to make sure that we're right on it.
They set up 4-4-2, I think, and it's, sometimes people talk about formations and such, but does that make any difference to you as well? Because you obviously have tried to adapt the way that you play in recent weeks of different formations and such.
We give all the opposition that we play the respect that they're due, and we'll be no different to Morecambe, so we're well aware of how they might set up. There's no guarantee that they will play 4-4-2, but yeah, we've had a good look at them this week, but the onus is on us at home. That's the priority, that we make sure that we're right and we're prepared.
I was going to say one of the benefits of that is you are at home and you've got an unbeaten home league record too. The supporters have been really good as well at home, so that does all add to it and works in your favour.
Well, we've enjoyed playing at home. Hopefully the supporters have enjoyed the performances that we've put on this season, and we'll be looking to be no different tomorrow. The support has been fantastic. They really get behind the lads, and I'm sure the lads appreciate it. Well, I know they do.